How's it going, everybody? Back here with another video. Don't know what I'm gonna title it. Probably gonna be titled Meaningless, Boring Life. Now, the reason why I say that, and I know that my videos are not gonna be for everybody, and my channel's definitely not gonna be for everybody, but the reason being, it's like you wake up, don't know about your case. That's one annoying fucking thing. People with their loud ass motorcycles. Ugh. Um, yeah. You wake up, you go to work, you spend your whole day out. You're paying a high price for your apartment, which you're hardly spending any time in. Okay, you're literally spending weekends maybe, unless you work weekends. Maybe you have one day off a week. Now, I'm not even a depressed person. I'm just more kind of pissed off. You know, this world, this life is just, it's crazy, man. I don't know. Like, you just get so many things that bother you. I try not to be this like miserable older dude, but I don't know. Less and less patience. I think because the more shit that I know that's going on in this world, a lot of people in this world are obviously have no damn clue. You know, they're living in their own little world. I feel sorry for the ones that are kind of stuck, you know, like the very poor people in third world countries that are basically working for pittance. You know, they can't even make enough to get by. But I did a video talking about that. I'll put the link in this video, in the description, and maybe at the end of the video as well. But they'll never know what's really going on in this world, what kind of slavery that we're all a part of. So my whole point is I'm pissed off at the fact that so much stuff going on in the world, so much information that you gotta decipher, you know, and that's another whole thing. Information is being, you know, censored, so we can't even decide for ourselves. You know, these like ministries of truth think they know what's best for us. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I bet I know who they're working for. Anybody who's silencing, you know, people who speak out, or people who want to voice a different opinion or a different, you know, narrative, you know they don't have your best interest at heart. That's for sure. If they can't even allow people, grown-up people, to decide for themselves, think for themselves, watch certain information, say whether it's true or not, and then go with it. You know, they think that we're like so stupid, and a lot of humans are. I hate to say it. A majority of the world is. I know that sounds really bad. I'm not the smartest guy, but I'm not the dumbest. You know, I know what's going on in society and shit. But they think that we can't decide for ourselves. That's all I'm saying. They're just one big babysitter. Big brother, you know? They say there's big brother. I don't know about that. I just think that, excuse me, yeah, I just think that there's some group, like I've mentioned in other videos, controlling everything, you know? And it kind of goes to the top. You know, there's a top pyramid with very few people, and all of those people at the very top know exactly what's going on. The ones following the bottom are just sort of doing, you know, the tasks, and they don't even know what their task is supposed to, you know, result in. It's like you get a creation. You're trying to create a specific machine or item or whatever, but you get a lot of different people doing a specific part, and the other one has no idea that the other exists. You know, they don't know what's going on with the other parts, that there's other parts being produced. They just created one. Let's just say it's this. Okay, what is this going to be used for? They don't know what this could be used for, but in reality, it's used to connect to another part, which another part is connected to, and so on and so forth. You know, so which creates a ultimate weapon, or whatever you want to, whatever example you want to use. So that's how I look at the world. You know, it's just, sorry, I got a little bit of allergies. It's just the nonstop BS. You know, wake up, go to work, watch garbage news if you feel like watching news, You have lunch, you come home, you have a meal, you go to sleep, you shower, you go to sleep, whatever, whatever order you prefer, and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I started getting really damn annoyed with that. And I searched for change, and I don't care what other people believe. And those that say, not everybody has the choice. Everyone has a damn choice. Sure, it's going to be a harder choice for others, and others will be a little bit easier, but we all have a choice. Believe me and you. I mean, sure, I don't have a lot of money, but I got out with the very little money I had and decided to just try my hand at, YouTube or whatever, being autonomous, working online, whatever. It's just, man, the monotony of it all. I don't know if it's because I'm 40 now and I learned a lot of stuff constantly going through, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, repeat. And then you get if you live in a country where I did in Canada, you get the seasons. So you know what's coming. You could feel it when the summer's ending, goes into fall, goes into winter, goes into spring. You know how it is. It's just, it gets very monotonous and very boring. I know this is the earth, and that's the, the stations of the year, but man, like the worst is like when you got the holiday season, or you got the different, everything that comes every year rotating around. If this is you, also write in the comments and let me know if this also gets on your nerves. I mean, I don't know. I'm not depressed, like I said, but shit just gets annoying. And I live in a place now where there's a lot of stupid ass people. But yeah, the title of this video will probably be like, why life is so boring and there's no end in sight. There'll be an end. I mean, no matter what you want, you will die. So it's just slow ending. It's a slow, seems like it's never ending, but it just keeps going, It's crazy. It's crazy how this world is, and people accept it for the normality. And it's far from normal. Like, and I hear people say, well, what's normal? Normal is where people live where people are civilized. We're not letting people control us. We're eating healthy. We have our sanity. We all have clean water, clean food, a roof over our head. And I'm not talking about socialism or communism, okay? I'm not talking about that at all. I think it was a good idea, but it could never, ever be executed the right way, because humans are just inherently selfish and kind of evil. That's the other thing, man. There's always bad news going on. There's always shit happening. Every day, if you turn on the news, someone gets hit by a car, someone robbed. I mentioned this in another video, but it's just, that's part of what, like, life is annoying. That's what I'll title this. Life is annoying and repetitive. And like, I try to make the best of it. I really do. I try to have fun. I try to travel. I try to, enjoy different foods and stuff. But I find it boring. I find a lot of shit boring. It can be exciting in the fact that you don't know what's going to happen each day, but I mean, even that, the uncertainty is really, really bad, especially for someone like me who has anxiety. And I deal with the anxiety with different methods, breathing exercises, certain types of supplements, trying to eat healthy. I don't drink anymore. It's hard because once your nervous system is kind of frayed from previous incidences and constantly delving deep into like the rabbit hole as to why the world is what it is. Sorry if my camera's jolty. I only want people on my channel who have an open mind. That's one thing I will say. And this is going hand in hand with the things I'm saying, because the world is so screwed up. these globalist elites, and I could go on and on about it. I'll probably do another video separately about it, going into depth as to what I believe from all the information that I've read, how not even society, humanity is basically on a train that's basically, it's gone off the cliff, but it's hanging on the cliff. That's where we're at, I think, with all the shit that's happening. I see videos on YouTube about like, oh, the threat of nuclear war, the threat of World War III. Like, these are not things we can really worry about because it's out of our control. Sure, we can send positive vibes, speak out about things, do videos like I'm doing right now. Everyone can do that. And also tell your governments that we don't want to be a part of this stuff, banking and, sending money for these wars, these endless wars. The Iraq war went on for almost 20 years. Afghanistan. Like, you could name so many different wars that have gone on, and the money that taxpayers and people who worked their ass off had to send, the government, and then the government spends on all this shit. The government is the worst organizer of money, honestly, man. The worst organizer of money. I would rather lend my friend who probably wouldn't pay me back the money, because at least there's still more of a chance than the government. You'll never see the government sends us on shit that we don't even need, At least if you lend your money to a friend or something, they're probably going to use it on something that they likely need, or drugs, but it could be something that they, maybe a bad example, but I would rather give my money away to a homeless person than give it to the government, because many, many countries just don't have the systems in place. Like, it's getting worse even in quote unquote first world countries, but even country where I'm at, which I wouldn't consider a third world country, there's a lot of poverty, but I would say it's like second world, and their money gets spent on garbage. Like, they do just enough to keep people happy. In this country, people are happy enough with like their beer and their sports and their bullshit. Like, it's so crazy. I'm gonna do a video on stupidity. I think that stupidity. I think that would be a really, really good title to have for another video. But this one's gonna be, boring, repetitive life. Honestly, the one of the things that I love about life is comedy. I just, it keeps me sane, What keeps you sane? It's crazy. I do some travel videos on another channel, which I really, really have fun doing. So that keeps me sane. I don't know, man. We need people to wake the fuck up. Otherwise, things could be a lot worse than they are. I remember things were a lot better when I was younger. And I know that's probably because I didn't have as much responsibility, but I don't think it's just that. There's something going on in this reality, crazy shit. Another thing that's boring about life is doing the dishes, cleaning the house, any chores whatsoever. I know that I'm sounding like a complainer, but hey, it's better to be honest. I can't stand it. I'll do it, but I can't stand it. Always having to get a haircut, always having to shave. I mean, I don't have to, but I feel better, my skin, especially if I get a haircut or whatever, I feel just better, especially in a hot country where I'm at. But it's just like things like that, always having to do that, having to eat all the time. I don't know. Is it just me? Man, I'm all right, guys. I like to get this out because I think it's just so funny as it being a human being, the shit that we have to do, or the shit that we choose to do, more so. The shit that we choose to do, and we shouldn't be worrying about anything really, because at the end of the day, it all ends. Everything ends. It's like a sobering good news or bad news depending on who you are, but it all ends, I mean, no matter what. Where I am now in this moment will end with each passing second, each passing minute, it ends. I'll post this video, you'll watch it or not watch it if you got to this point, and that moment has gone. Each we live in a life of moments. And I really do, like, as much as I get frustrated with life, I hate a lot of things about it, because I think there's just so many more negative things about life. I really do try to enjoy the good things. I try my hardest to look at the positive side. I really do, despite all the shit that's hitting the fan, and the useless, evil human beings that are, trying to enslave humanity. Hell, the evil human beings who don't even know about this scheme, and they do their own thing, you know? So the end of this video will be a positive message. Just do whatever the hell you want to do. And I don't mean evil things. If you want to do that trip, take that trip. You want to go start a business. You want to ask that girl out. You want to go do whatever. You don't want to be in a relationship anymore, end the relationship if you're not happy. Don't do what you don't want to do as well. Don't do what you don't want to do. That's a good message as well in this life, Even though I'm saying the title of this video is Boring, Repetitive Life, we're here. Just make the best of it. Just do something, make yourself happy. I don't know, get a puppy. I don't know. I mean, for me, I really try to breathe, first of all, because everything's just so nuts with all the wokeness and anyway, that could be a whole other video as well. Anyway, I'm not going to make this video too long. I just wanted to talk about the boring repetitiveness of life. I know it probably went all over the place a little bit, but it just gets really, really old real fast. But hang in there, do what you want to do, or don't do what others want you to do. How about that? That's a good piece of advice, because a lot of people live that way too. And try to make yourself happy. Just to quote the old Nike phrase, just do it. That's all I would say. So we'll see you guys in the next video. I appreciate you. I hope to grow this channel and keep just speaking my mind. I don't give a crap what people think. I might have sworn I said some swear words at the beginning, but I don't give a damn, So we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and stay strong. Bye-bye.